We are starting today's Happy Bright show in the Studio 5 kitchen with a classic dessert that has never gone out of style. You are looking at a classic confetti cake, a nostalgic nod to childhood birthdays, speckled with rainbow sprinkles. It feels like a party in every slice, but in the hands of my first guest, it becomes something even more. A tender, buttery crumb, layered with flavor and finished with her signature sprinkled buttercream frosting. Our good girlfriend Courtney Rich is going to walk us through her classic confetti cake. Confetti, funfetti. Did you grow up with this?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, didn't everyone?
Yes.
I feel like a funfetti was just such a classic box mix that we could all make. We could help mom in the kitchen put it together. It has such a nostalgic flavor to it, and I think it just makes everyone happy when they see it or when they bite into it.
Well, yeah, because fun that it's not just an everyday cake. Yeah. The funfetti wasn't just for a random special Sunday in May. It was for like an event or a party or a thing.
Like that was the birthday cake to do, and you could do it with vanilla or strawberry buttercream or a chocolate buttercream, and it was just the birthday cake to have.
Well, I'm just sitting here thinking, what is the flavor? I say funfetti and I can taste it. Is it vanilla?
It's more of a vanilla flavor to it, kind of a white cake with some egg whites in it. I like using a clear vanilla extract, which is a sweeter vanilla flavor, and it does give you more of that box mix nostalgic flavor to it compared to a pure vanilla extract that has a very pure, beautiful, lovely kind of soft vanilla flavor. Go for the clear vanilla extract in this one, and that's really gonna take this home to like that nostalgic box mix flavor, but we get this really tender, moist, delightful cake layer because we're making it from scratch.
Yeah.
And there's a few things. I thought, you know what? We started with cake, we're gonna finish with cake. It's like, let's know how to make a really good cake. I know you do it, you do it with the girls.
Let's go.
Most important is you have to have those ingredients room temperature.
Okay.
If you don't, you are not gonna get them to mix really beautifully. So right now this has some oil, some butter, and some sugar. And you mix that on a higher speed at the beginning to incorporate some air, to dissolve that sugar, and to get this really smooth texture in your batter. And as you add the eggs, same thing. We're gonna mix until it's really smooth. If it looks curdled, that's a sign that your ingredients are too cold, and you may just wanna give it some time to relax and sit at room temperature.
To warm up.
And come back to it.
Okay.
And let it warm up a little bit. The other thing, not only is that batter gonna be really smooth, the ingredients will be evenly incorporated throughout the cake, which helps you to get those beautiful tender cake layers.
Yeah.
It's better absorbed by your dry ingredients, which is also gonna really help. Again, get that fluffiness, that tenderness in those cake layers. So I love to point out when I'm teaching or I'm sharing videos online, we wanna look at this texture. We wanna let it mix for a few minutes, and we'll speed it up right now since we don't have all the time to do it, but let it mix and you will see all those ingredients.
Don't be so quick just to get it all together.
Yes,
is what I hear
absolutely,
you saying,
and get those ingredients room temperature. Now, this next part is so important too.
I could just listen to her talk and cake all day.
As we're adding our dry ingredients now, so this is my cake flour, which is a low protein flour, which means it's gonna give us a nice tender cake layer. I've got my baking powder and salt in there. We're gonna gradually add the flour mixture with our buttermilk and some liquid. Again, to help it evenly mix. Taking our time when we're making our cake layers will make such a difference. Now notice too, I'm now on a low speed. I don't wanna be at a high speed. I don't wanna overmix the batter at this point because that will overwork the gluten, causing a dense, gummy cake. So if you're wondering why your cake layers won't rise, why they kind of have this gummy taste to them, and they feel really dense, meaning they're just gonna be really short, cold ingredients is most likely the culprit, as is over mixing your batter.
Do you know what I love about what's happening right now? And I'm sure this is reflective of how you feel about your followers, your community, your students, is you trust us with some more grown-up cake lingo right now. This isn't just like making a cake. We are perfecting a cake after all these years. You're leveling us up. We're ready.
All these years, we're here. Let's do it right. And you know what? Honestly, I had a friend that was like, you know, I want to perfect like one cake, and that's going to be my cake that I take to things. And I'm like, I love that. Because then you're known for the, you know, honey pear upside down cake or the confetti cake, and it's like, that's
but what a reward I hope for you to see that women are now, they started out with you just making cakes. And now we're perfecting the art of caking. Good job. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And it's so fun. So this last thing, because we are going to be adding these sprinkles, and truly, like once we get to this point, and this is a little rushed, it kind of starts to look like buttercream. That is how fluffy and tender we're looking for this batter to get. And then we're gonna add in our sprinkles, which is so fun. And then we'll bake it. I like to bake at a lower temperature at 325, so my cake layers come out nice and flat.
How pretty.
I didn't even have to level that with a cake leveler.
Yeah.
Right? I'm using good quality cake pans. I like a brand called Fat Daddy-O, kind of a funny name, right?
Okay.
But our good friends at Orson Gigi carry that brand. It's a pan that's lighter in color, so not a dark color. Save those for your brownies to get those crispy edges, you know? Use the light metal for your cake so you can get a light color here and a really even bake.
What's our frosting game?
Okay, so our frosting game, let's just use some vanilla. Like, how fun is that? And it's a little cold because it's been sitting, I love a cold studio, and then I forget that it chills up the buttercream. But here's the deal. We've just got a classic vanilla buttercream. Again, watch the instructions. As you're reading a recipe before you make something, look at the ingredients, make sure you've got what's on hand, or go run to the store to get the right things, especially the first time you make it, so that you make it the right way, right?
And you feel successful and you feel inspired to do it again and again.
Last minute substitutions, if you're not familiar with them, and a recipe, I would say, end up usually in a cake fail. But here we've got, again, the mixing is such a big thing with the buttercream to get it light and fluffy. We put some more of that clear vanilla extract in there to get that really sweet, kind of fun confetti cake.
We top it off.
We have our last layer that I always like to put top side down, but I want you to feel that cake. Just put your hand. How's the temperature?
Cold.
Yeah, cold. Not totally frozen, but chilled. And you can see I just had wrapped it in plastic wrap. I made these yesterday. And so then I was able to let them cool to room temperature, wrap them in plastic wrap, and put them in the freezer. You could do this months in advance. Like, cake layers and the whole entire cake will actually stay so fresh in your cake, or in your freezer, when you've wrapped it like that, and you can store it. It works so great. So then you're not rushed. That's the other thing. Don't you feel like, I remember some of my cake fails early on, and they were always because I tried to rush the process. Okay, so then real quick, you do a crumb coat. This is just gonna help make sure all those crumbs stay in place. And I'm using some icing spatulas. This is a straight one. And I show how to do this on my cake camp online, but also Instagram, all over, YouTube channel. You can find it all over the place. I'm like, when am I not sharing?
We love it. More of Courtney is always a good thing. We've got the pink drip on top.
So we've got a pink drip on top. Now, Avery's with me today behind the scenes.
Cutest
so she
girl.
already had a bite of that one, but I did pull you a fork.
Thank you, lady. My favorite part of my job.
And we added a few sprinkles in the buttercream for just the very end.
Is it good, Avery? Of course it is, right? Of course it is,
Let's get that tender. We like serving at room temperature so you get that full, like, you know, the texture, what it's supposed to be, tender and light.
It's the childhood treat, a little bit grown up, a lot grown up. It's delicious.
I feel like you're never too old for a confetti cake. Or
it's
cake
delicious.
of any kind, you know?
Courtney,
we're
we love
celebrating you and this incredible show that you have done for all these years. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna actually cry.
Okay. So there's a lot of that lately.
But you know what? Like, celebrating you and any big, fun, great milestone. I love you, friend.
I love you dearly.
Proud of you.
I love you dearly. We talk about the friendships that have made on this show over the last 19 years. Courtney and I go back beyond that to our BYU days. So it's been an honor to stand by you and learn from you. You've taken the reins on this show many times as the guest host. Our viewers love you just as much as I do.
What a privilege and an honor to be a part of it in the family. You've done incredible.
Thank you for the party. Thank you for the party. All right, recipe on our website. We'll link you over to Courtney's classes and all the things there as well.